Hey everybody, it's Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. Let's talk about a little update about our Wednesday event. Still not looking like a huge deal for the Carolinas until you get closer to the Virginia border, mainly because of some icing, but we'll talk about that potential ice threat up to the northwest of it. This is going to be a huge winter storm to our north and east, man, heading up into areas of Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, just an unbelievable storm. So you can see high pressure building in tonight, kind of the cold air. So there's the system. It's basically starting to exit the Rockies. It's going to be pushing off to the south and east, and we can kind of see this in the mid-level energy. So this is what we call vorticity. So first things first, you see this thing launching off to the east. And what's interesting about this system is one low is there, but a new one begins to form on the coast and becomes the dominant low and then marches up the coast. So watch this thing kind of crank up, and you see the low kind of shift to the coast right there, right around New York, around 2 o'clock Thursday morning. So you see that jump to the coast, and that's really what sets the stage for this big winter storm. So let me show you how it unfolds here. You can see the low pressure moving in from the south and west. We're wedged in briefly there, so we get a little bit of wintry precip. So let's break down that timing. I'm going to start this early on Wednesday morning. Let me back it up a little bit. You can see some of the ice coming in from the south. And again, notice the temperatures. Key part here is I don't anticipate the roads to be an issue at all because the ground will be pretty warm in here and temperatures will be just above freezing. Up in here, though, we might have some bridges and overpasses that get some icing on, because you can see as we go into Wednesday morning, we see a changeover to rain, except for areas around Morganton, Hickory, Statesville, maybe Greensboro, Mount Airy, Jefferson, Boone area. And again, this will mainly be in the trees and elevated surfaces. But look what happens. Even in those areas, it starts to transition to rain sometime about the middle of the day. But if it holds on to freezing for any length of time, we're going to have some big ice issues. It looks like it really starts to get better by the middle of the day. Now, this is a miserable cold rain. It is not really warm here. You're looking at temperatures in the mid 30s with pouring rain, just about as miserable as it gets. And then we go into Wednesday night and we see moisture surging back in from the west, and eventually I suspect this will change over to snow early Thursday morning up in the North Carolina mountains. So the area of concern really has not changed all that much. In fact, I'll kind of show you the area I'm talking about right here. I think right in here, to me, is the biggest concern. I'm actually becoming a little less concerned here, a little less concerned here and here. I really think it's this Yadkin Valley area. So from Yadkinville over to North Wilkesboro, up to Allegheny County, eastern Ashe County, and then up into Virginia, honestly. I think that's where we'll see the bulk of this moisture. So as of right now, here's kind of what I'm thinking for totals, though I think they might be a little overdone. I'm thinking generally a glaze to a tenth of an inch in areas around Hickory, Statesville, Salisbury, maybe a tenth to 1500ths of an inch from Morganton to Lenoir to Taylorsville, and then up towards, maybe the eastern facing slopes right in here might be our highest totals with 15 to 25 hundredths of an inch of ice. So that's kind of my thinking right now. Certainly could see some power outages, especially up in this area. So if you're in that area, I would still kind of prepare for potentially some power outages. And just to show you the snowfall with this, wish this was our snow because people would love to see it down our way. But look at this snow up to the north and east of us. I mean, if you look at some of these totals, that little area in eastern West Virginia, you're looking at a foot to 18 inches. Hagerstown, State College, Williamsport. I mean, this area in here is starting to really go off the charts. You're talking 25, maybe 26 inches of snow or higher up in those areas. So that's just a huge amount of snow. Even New York City, you're looking at heavy snow on the west side. Long Island might be a little less. It's going to be interesting in northern Jersey, Wilmington, Delaware, and then Baltimore, and DC's right on the line. DC snow hole is probably going to hold true here. So monster system up in that area. But for us, you notice not much snow. This is clearly going to be an ice event. And just to show you that winter weather outlook that the Weather Prediction Center puts out, this is the storm impact. So you can see that low impact kind of there in eastern parts of Watauga and Ashe County, and then going up to the northeast. Obviously, this is because of snow. You can see those areas where the heaviest snow is going to fall, and really you're seeing some purple in here, which basically means extreme with winter weather impacts. So this will be a doozy of a storm, by far one of the biggest storms we've seen pre-Christmas in many, many years. So that's the latest. Of course, I'll post another update tomorrow. If you're up in those areas getting ice, might be a good idea to just kind of plan ahead, maybe have a backup plan for some power or heat, charge everything up, maybe get some extra water just in case, hoping that we won't see major power outages. But with the loose soil, trees could come down a little bit easier than you normally would. All it takes is a little bit of ice in the top of the trees to cause some issues. Of course, I will post updates tomorrow. We'll likely see winter weather advisories issued, maybe freezing rain advisories, or maybe even a winter storm watch for areas further north. But I doubt we'll see a winter storm watch for many areas in our area. Probably going to be freezing rain advisories or some kind of winter weather advisory.